Much of the information stored in variables, modified in expressions, or tested in conditionals must be first manipulated by mathematical functions. Flash performs these calculations using the math class. This math class enables the scripting of formulas to represent complex interactions between objects in your movies. This class lets you access things such as trig functions, including sine, cosine, tangent, rounding functions, random number generators, and much, much more, all of which we'll need in our Flash games. Here in the ActionScript 3.0 language reference, if you do a search on math class, you'll get this page here that gives you a review of the math class, some of the public properties and the methods here: abstract, ceiling, exception, log. The math class, as I mentioned, lets you access a range of mathematical functions such as trig functions, sine, cosine, and tangent, log functions, rounding functions, mathematical constants including pi and e. Right there is e. So you want to introduce yourself to this page here. There's the link right up there, help.adobe.com/en_us AS3LCR/math_10.0/math.html, or might be easier just to go ahead and access the ActionScript 3.0 reference. I've actually found this by doing a Google search for ActionScript 3.0 math class, and it brought me to this page with the list again of the various methods, public constants, and then method details, such as the ABS method, which stands for absolute value. Here you can get descriptions of the parameters, what these math functions return, such as the absolute number of the specified parameter. Another one here is the floor method. This is the integer that is both closest to and less than or equal to the parameter value. I'll be actually using the floor method in a later script. The math class has something called static methods and properties. This means you don't need to create an instance of the math class to access them. So the syntax for using them will be a little bit different. Instead of creating a math instance, you precede the method or property with the class name math with a capital M. So here I'm using the cosine function right here by calling this method math.cosine, and then inside of those parentheses is the angle that I'm calculating the cosine of, 45. Here's another example of a static method in this draw math class movie. I'm again converting this angle here and using the cosine function. Notice that it's preceded by the word math, capital M, period. Here's the sine function and the cosine function underneath it. And then a third example right here, I'm also using the cosine function to convert this angle, finding its cosine. Also notice multiplying it by the radius value. That's a variable. I'm converting between radius values and angle values. Generally, angle values are easier to work with. Let me talk more about working with angles when working with the math class in the next movie.